Oh, what's up, guys? Malc and Beans in the morning. We're here, and um, I can't really. This isn't everything to me. Is the fuel that inspires me, and you hear me talking about love and all these certain things, and it's like it's just you don't know in this world, right? You just don't know, and so for me, my biggest fear that I always had for so long was leaving a story or a moment unexpressed, untold. I love you, mom. I love you, to my beautiful wife or to my daughter or to whatever. Just waking up, reminder to breathe, and just, you know, and just making sure you're just understanding that these moments are so precious. And I think my eyes are a little red this morning just because my heart was leaning on so many people. Not there's actually a lot, unfortunately, but just that really close ones, and just friends that I've known through the years, and that are now in heaven. And it's like everyone's always like, how did they take these people and so soon? And sometimes you're like, I mean, these were the best humans. I mean, they put out love, they put out inspiration, whatever they were going through, and hardships, and I mean, there's so many people that mean so much to me, but there's a couple kind of leaning on things that are around health and wellness, and just it's things, that cards that we get dealt. I mean, it's sometimes we do things to ourselves. Isn't it crazy that we can do all these bad things to ourselves, and 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 still do them to ourselves? And then there's people, in life that you pray for everything to work out, but just the cards they get that are dealt are just difficult cancers and so many things. And I just pray for anyone going through it, anyone that's gone through it. And my first real experience is my cousin Kelly. She's still here with us, and I love Kelly. She's like my rock. I've talked about her. I kind of came up with a slogan, like hell I did, like hell I did, but because she just, the ability that God builds people with, like certain people, like you're like, man, how, if you really try to put yourself in his shoes, like you could be there, you could be supported, but to really understand what they go through. At 16 years old, my cousin Kelly was diagnosed with leukemia, and this is a while ago, a while ago, where like there's research, technology, everything, all this stuff was just different. And so they would just hit you super hard with chemotherapy. She's 16 years old, hit her super hard with the chemo, and which did put her in remission, which was the best blessing. Obviously was high school, no hair, just such a rock star, strong, such a power to the woman. What's up, girls? What ladies? Girls, ladies, women, whatever. To me, it's just a blessing, dude. Like, guys, whatever, love you, love both, let's go. And my cousin pushed through so much, but they hit her so hard with chemo. She, through her life now, the next 20 years, she's had, multiple hip replacements, multiple knee replacements. It hit so hard that it weakened her bones, so they started deteriorating. And there's so much more to all this story. But she kept pushing. Through judging. The saddest thing in the world is when someone's going through anything, or someone's going through nothing, and we feel entitled, or that it brings us any type of whatever to go to judge, or to point, or to not be anything but going, man, I pray, I just sending love to, gosh, simple things. So hip replacements, knee replacements, everything. She's working in the criminal justice side of things, and just like I said, she's been such an inspiration. She's my cousin. What's up, Kel? Cuz Ocho. And then the glass ceiling hits, and they won't let her climb in her job, and she's amazing at what she does at levels that only she can bring, because no one's been through what she's been through, which is like the heaviest of heavy, to hold this positive mentality, pushing. So just I always look at situations like this as like, I have the biggest heart, but I can't jump into the shoes, right, and tell you, I broke my back. I've had tons of concussions, multiple broken legs, bones, all over the place, arms, ribs, and it's still, you can't compare. I can feel a little bit of pain because I know what pain feels like. I know what it feels like to be on all kinds of drugs, to, painkillers, to try to get you through this. And that's how people get addicted in so many different things, because when you're low, those things take you even lower. So the faster you can get off them. So she pushed through all the things. So glass ceiling, can't, they said, she deserved the promotion. And they said, no, whatever, you don't have your master's degree. Dude, she goes back, and I'm talking, she's been through so much. She goes back, gets her master's degree, comes back, gets the position, and then they find a softball-sized tumor in her head. She gets it removed, and I'm talking like the scar, like this bad on the back of your head, gets it removed, and cause, I know there's more details and there's more to this, but I think she was back to work 2 weeks later. Oh, gosh. Cancer and certain things have taken so many people, and Sailor Voorhees, Sailor, Connie, Sam, the whole family, love you guys. I got to become friends with them because when you build a company, sometimes, the goal is you inspire people through your brand. And this girl, I got an email, and it comes to me, and I literally, guys, I've shipped in my own boxes. I pack everything. I've done it forever. I love that because I love the human connection. And so this is the time I was in San Clemente, and it's like, hey, can you ship me some beanies and some underwear? And I'm like, and I saw the address, and I'm sitting there, and I kind of saw that she was going through cancer, diagnosed at 15 years old. I'm like, I don't know what position, I don't want to be weird or invasive, but it's like, can I bring it to you? Like, you're close. Can I bring you stuff? Sure enough, I bring it over there. There's this beautiful little soul. She, she was cheerleader, this and that, like fully active, beautiful hair, beautiful long hair, everything. And then, so now she's going through chemo. She had lost her hair, and it's the joy and the beauty in Sailor's face. I just remember walking in, and we just started laughing. We bonded right off the bat. And sorry, I got to spend a lot of good time with her, like the next couple of years, and it was really cool. Seeing the impact that someone can make, and on me, and also seeing the impact that I can make on her. But as she was going all through this, she was such a big inspiration, and and so I was at Chalk Hospital with her, and I think it was like 3 weeks. She's like 17, and because of my fashion and my background, she's building a swimwear brand. Sorry. She's building a swimwear brand for her friends because she always thought about others, and she had steroids and so much stuff because graft versus host and all these things kicked in. And she, literally all she cared about was making sure she didn't show pain. And she helped others. I got to be friends with her for a few years, and forever in my heart. And I was traveling to Europe for an Alpine Stars event. I was helping to host, and we were, like I said, we designed this swimwear, and I was going to help her build it, and I was so excited. Her anchor was was her rock, and she, I get my cousin Kelly, who went through all this stuff. I get a text, which my phone was like all janky, but I get a text. And I'm in Germany or something on a layover, and it says, "I'm so sorry to hear." And I was like, no way. I couldn't call anyone. I didn't, whatever, my phone sucked. I can't remember why, but I resorted to what many do. And hard times, I went to the bar and I started drinking. They must have thought I was crazy because I was just crying in Germany. No one couldn't talk to anybody. And Sailor had passed, and her mom, Connie, such a rad mom, who actually, when my daughter was born, she helped babysit and help out, and she's sweet. And so her daughter had passed, and it was heartbreaking. She passed of cancer, but she didn't give up. And at her celebration of life, there was like 4,000 people there. There was fire trucks. Props to Ryan Sheckler too, who's always had the biggest heart, and the Sheckler Foundation. They helped her out so much. I got to throw proms. Rob Vaughn, you're an angel. You sent limos to her at no charge when I asked to go to Chalk to take her to prom. And I got to do all these special things from the heart. I paid out of my own pocket, didn't even care. Closed down the corner store with my beautiful wife. to take her to throw like a prom 'cause she couldn't actually go. Send her limos so she could do this. I heard the limo got stuck trying to get in, but the driver was so sick. Rob Vaughn is, it was one of the best limousine services in the world. And the driver was so dedicated to make sure she had the best time that he almost had to run over these plants, these certain things. But at the celebration of life, her mom went up and spoke, and and it was 4,000 people. Their fire trucks, the impact this girl made at the age of 17, and still to this day sits in my heart. Oh, my nose is running, man. I'm a hot mess right now. So we're sitting there, and her mom spoke on a few things, and in her eulogy and whatever. Like, there was like 3 things she said, and one was Malcolm, and I'm like, what? And it was like, man. I was like, how did I even get mentioned in this girl that had so many amazing friends, so many people that loved her? And it's just like, we bonded so much in those 2 years. And it's just like the rad ability we all have to be a grateful thread. She was to me, I was to her. And it was just everything, her color was orange. I mean, that's probably why I have the safety orange and the mended stuff and certain things, because I just want to build this thing to bring us all together and whatever, just soft, deep. So then recently, well, there's been a few, man, that really hit hard. That, and some are just going after what we love. Pat Casey, his wife, his family, his kids. I brought Pat on. I was blessed to get introduced to him at a young age, and I shared text on one of my past posts. But oh gosh, some people are just, everyone has a gift, but some people you just look and you're like, dude, that's a special human. Pat was always genuine, always looking out for others. The raddest dad at such a young age. I mean, obviously, yes, everyone knows him. He excelled as one of the all-time best BMX, most stylish, rad, innovative dudes. But his attitude and who he was, and his wife, Chase, and his kids, and just Pat, got in an accident, and I mean, obviously that's out there, but Pat was one of the most inspirational dudes ever, and it's just, my heart was broken still to this day. And I know so many close friends and so many people that it's affected, and it's Ken Block. I'm jumping. I don't even know why I'm jumping, because it's like these guys all deserve 5 hours, 10 hours, because in my heart I always pray for them. They're always in my heart. And Pat had a big faith too, and I know his family, his kids are like, just, I mean, I can't imagine. Nothing's easy, but man, the love that he left, the love that he's smiling down. Pat, you are forever in my heart. And Sailor and Ken Block, growing up in Southern California. Gosh, the guy just went after his dreams, and his motto and so many things. Lucy, his kids, I mean, seeing them doing what they're doing now. But when Ken went, that was so heavy, because it's not about age, it's about a life he lived, and that guy lived his fullest life. Sailor at 17 lived such a full life, yes, way too early. And Ken, I don't know why it stands out to me, but his gold tooth was always, I mean, the guy did well. He built DC shoes, Gymkhana, became this global thing. Most importantly, a rad dad, rad family guy, always inspiring, always helping, always innovating and setting the bar. But the gold tooth was, I remember it like this, and maybe I'm completely wrong, but he was always like, it kept him grounded on his roots, because he never wanted to lose that. And what Ken never did was lose that. At his celebration of life with some of the most amazing humans, and friends of his, and, of all walks of life, was just how full of a life you need to make sure you're living, and to not leave anything on the table. Don't wait till it's too late, man. I can't tell you enough. When you go to an old folks home, which I've done a few times, and just have fun bonding with the old people, they're like, don't hold any regrets. Get it out. Tell the people you love them. Ken Block, you're an inspiration, man. And he said, just have fun and don't be a dick. And I know that that was more everyone, your big line, but it's like, man, have fun, do the right thing. Gosh, just do the right thing. It's like, and you sleep better, you feel better, you inspire, you create that ripple effect. And then I didn't plan on even going. I don't even know where I'm going right now, but it's like my heart was just like, I started kind of like getting emotional this morning, and I was just thinking about Malcolm Beans. Malcolm Beans is just spilling what's on my heart. And Lion Heron, I think on the 4th is coming up, and they're doing a paddle out, a big thing in Malibu. And Lion, everybody knew. Just go look if you don't know him, if he didn't touch your hearts, man, just go follow his story, follow his posts. I think it's called Gardner syndrome. He was diagnosed with it at a young age, and this dude, he had to go through so much. His whole life was based around the hospital to escape, which was, for him, which was like the sea, the streets, the sand, the earth, and just like dirt and moto and surf, skate, snow, and photography. And he kind of found all these escapes, and the beauty of what guys, like when you see the skate, when you see the X Games, props to Dingo and Tony Hawk and all the guys that have really are bringing back what it all stood for. It was all a bunch of friends that did what they love and share in the climb. Lion was going through pain I couldn't fathom. He was going through cards that he got dealt, and he flipped this whole script to share his story. And man, I mean, it's, to me, becoming mended is the Lion Heron. I mean, and he has a brand. I bought some stuff a while ago. I don't know if I ever got it, but just to support him and stuff. But short for Lion, but lionco.la. You can go on there and buy some goods, read his story. It's simply amazing. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fly out from Texas. I have family in town, but man, I guarantee there's gonna be 5 million people there, because this guy lived his fullest life. He found hope at church the other day. My pastor, was talking about hope, and hope is so strong. Hope is such a deep belief. Hope is something sometimes you can't see, but it's within you, and it's just woven within your blood. And Lion was a hope dealer. He was a hope dealer because with all these cards that got dealt, he made the choice to put out good energy, to always try to uplift. And times like I've talked to him, we were texting or calling, and he was going through the hardest times, man. And this kid was still pushing, because much like Sailor, much like, all these great inspirations and people that I'm mentioning that literally, I pray about them every night. Even my grandma, I'm sorry, there's so many. But Lion, I love you, man. You literally, you've impacted so many. Just look at the comments, guys. I mean, you'll see Tony Hawk, Sal, Brody Jenner is one of my longtime buddies. Brody, I love you, dude. Seeing you as a dad, you have no idea how much of a connection you are to so many. Like, you've had this life, yeah, you can look at the connections or whatever, but I got to meet you, I think I forgot what it was, man. You were like the Prince of Malibu or something on some show that I think got canceled or whatever. Maybe good, maybe bad, I don't even know. I didn't ever come to see it, but my friend Charity says, hey, I got my buddy Brody. Can you get him to Supercross? I get us all passes to the knot hole, to the suite, take him to Supercross. I got a broken leg, I'm on crutches. Brody and me go back, I mean, that must have been like early 2000s. But Brody, you've utilized so much that people kind of can use and easily get persuaded down a dark lane. And you've been a light, bro. But I know how close I know you were close with Lion. So many people out there were, but man, I just wanted to acknowledge back to friendship, to community, to hope, to inspiration. One heart mended heals another, and Lion, I'm gonna continue to do anything and everything in my heart, because man, you left such a mark. You pushed through so much. You instilled everything that is inspiration for all. And man, I'm deeply heartbroken in so many ways. I've said some names that really, I'm pretty much in my heart, which is like on my wall, because you're unforgotten with what you left. And so on this whole Malc and Beans, this one went long. I thought I was going to tear up in different parts of it, and I obviously hit it at the end and got some of these tears out, which is good to cry, healthy tears of love and appreciation for friendship, for loyalty, for just for pushing so hard and showing what strength is within all of us, woven within. And love you, Lion, love you, Sailor, Ken, Pat, and I know there's a whole mix. I mean, I'm gonna have to, like I said, Nikki Hayden's, and I have so many people that, Ox and Lusk and so many, and McNeil, And I love you guys, man. Everybody, I'm just trying to, this is the time to dive deeper than you've ever dove before and look at some of these amazing inspirations, amazing people. I know you have some in your lives. Lion, so I know that paddle out's coming out. I know it's going to be such a sharing of heartfelt love for a dedication to a life well lived. And I know a lot of your stuff was community, it was hope, it was strength, it was being that special thread. And I can connect with you because for me it's a grateful thread. It's that special thread. It's the ability to make the best of everything you have, and everyone I mentioned did that at the highest level. I love you guys. Hope you have an awesome day. Malcolm Beans. Hopefully I didn't spill too hard, and sorry for getting all soft, but honestly, I'll just be straight up. It's who I am, man. Again, when things hit me hard, and friendships and loyalty and people and the impact we're able to make, and some of the names I mentioned right there, you guys are everything. You guys did this at the highest level, and I love you. I'm out because now I think I need to breathe. Love you, bye.